Hello, fire signs. My name's Justin. I'm an intuitive tarot reader. I use tarot as well as various other means to channel messages and provide guidance. So this is going to be your Halloween reading, starting off with obviously burning some Palo Santo, doing it for the camera since this is for the fire signs. This is just to clear out the energy and bring this into a sacred space for this reading. I'm going to be doing sign-specific readings. So for Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, I'll put timestamps in the description box below. But to start off, I'm going to be doing a video for each element, so fire, water, air, and earth, and I will be dressing up as a different anime character for each one. So the challenge for these videos will be the first person that can First, as long as you're subscribed, you comment below the correct answer as to the character I am and what anime it is from. So obviously, I'm dressed up as a character. This one is pretty simple, so I will leave it up to you guys to figure it out. But I'm not really good at impressions, so I was trying to go for the kind of dark and mysterious, which is kind of the vibe that this character gives off. Um, More of a serious toned character, so something to keep in mind. But yeah, let's just hop right in. So Aries, hope you're doing well. Hope your Halloween season is great. Love to hear who you're dressing up as, what you're planning to do. I am probably going to go out and about in a little bit, but for the most part, I'm not really doing anything too crazy. Being in my first year and a half almost now, of sobriety, I'm not really apt to go to any parties or anything like that. I'm just not really feeling that right now. But I will probably walk around and see the decorations and whatnot. So I'm working with some new decks, so it might be a little bit slower, but cool decks. We have the Halloween tarot deck, which I've been using for a while now. So we're just gonna kind of see what's going on with you, and then we're gonna look at four different aspects to a situation, or like the four different corners of your current situation. So an outside influence is the tower. So you could have had an ending, some kind of a recent ending, but I think this ending has caused you to have fast movement and some kind of passion of yours, especially with the you have the Eight of Wands in your past position, which is all about fast movement. It can be just forward movement is the biggest thing. But then in your main space, you have the Ten of Wands or Ten of Imps, um, which is kind of like a burden, um, overly burdening yourself. So maybe you might just be overburdening yourself with taking on too much, moving too fast because of the tower moment. But in your mental space, you have the Two of Cups, so relationship is definitely in your focal point in your mental space, some kind of relationship. And then in your heart space, it looks like you're focused on truth, maybe starting to live a more authentic, truthful, honest lifestyle and just being more true to yourself and what you really want. But you might be going too fast with this kind of change in lifestyle. But in the future, you're going to be very focused on making progress with some kind of thing that could bring you stability, some kind of passion. Could be art, could be making pumpkins, literally. For the Halloween season, that could be something coming up for you, obviously. Um, but really just putting in the work for something. All right, so we're going to look at the four corners of this situation and see if this can provide any additional insight. This deck is called the Occult Tarot. Pretty excited about this deck. Really like it. It's different. Definitely different. It might not be for everybody, but it feels like a very Halloween themed deck, so it felt appropriate. So first and foremost, you have the Fool, which is interesting because with these cards, it has a number. I'm not really sure what the number is yet, but with this one, it's 5/3, which is my sobriety date, May 3rd, which is interesting. So you could be starting a new venture with a fool-like mentality or just optimistic mentality. This says gives understandings of animals and the voice of the waters, answers of things to come. So that is one corner of this current situation. So this could be why you're overburdening yourself because you are stepping into new terrain and you still have more to learn, which I think is why this Eight of Pentacles in the future is going to be significant because you're going to start to put in that work. And then, yeah, additionally, I think that another corner of the situation, you have the Nine of Swords. You could have a lot of anxieties over maybe this relationship or maybe being afraid of how your authentic self is going to be perceived by the public, whether people are going to embrace and like your authentic self, which I think 9 times out of 10, authenticity is definitely appreciated. But I think you're just having anxieties around this. And this says causes great battles and wars, causes wounds to putrefy. So just a lot of internal strife and wars and battles going on in your mind space. And this again could be leading to you overburdening yourself. Then you have the Queen of Swords. 14 could be significant as well as 65 or 11. So Queen of Swords is all about honesty, like the epitome of an honest, studious, um, no BS type of person, which can be a great person to have on your side. It's a great example of a righteous way to live, a right way to live, a great way to live. This says teaches geometry and measurements, increases one intelligence, and can transform a person into a bird. So a lot of power with this card. The swords are very powerful, especially the queen energy. I think the Queen of Swords is probably one of the most powerful um, queens in the deck. I mean, it depends on how you're looking at it, but there's definitely a lot of power within that archetype. So you could have a strong female presence, a strong-willed, doesn't have to be female, but a strong-willed individual in your life, which it came out in this corner, and you have the Ten of Swords or Ten of Wands looking down at it. So you could be looking to this person for insight and advice or as an example of how to live and how to go forward. So this person could be in your focal point, as well as maybe something that you dropped or lost. So the last corner you have 66, the Four of Swords, which is all about taking rest and retreating away from a passion or anything, really. It's just taking time to yourself for self-care and realizing that the people that you might be withdrawing from are still there and they're just kind of wanting you to take that time for yourself because when you take time for yourself, you're able to show up more authentically and with more openness. I know this is something I was actually thinking about earlier today. Just the idea of when I take care of myself first, put myself first, I'm able to actually be there for others more so because I'm not just scattered or whatever it is. I'm just coming to relationships more whole and able to take in um, just the additional struggles that people go through. I know for me, I feel like a lot of people come to me as an ear to talk to or someone to talk to. That's because I'm pretty good at listening to people and allowing others to speak. So, which can be good, but it's just important to make sure you're taking care of yourself first. So I think this is another corner of the situation that you need to keep in mind, taking that time for yourself. So in your subconscious, I think the main thing you have been focusing on is a relationship of some sort, and this could be causing you anxieties, or this could be part of what has been causing you anxieties and sleepless nights. But in your physical world, you're putting in a lot of work. And then in your emotional world, you're just living, you have a lot of swords energy. It's all swords energy in your emotional world, which just means you're really trying to live authentically and in your truth and in your power. So, seems like a kind of challenging situation, especially after that tower moment, outside influence, but it seems like you're making progress, which is always good. So, I'm just gonna pull an oracle card from this oracle deck I just got. Um, it is called the Halloween Forever Oracle. I'll put a link to all the decks I use, or just the information to the decks that I use, in the description box below. But I really like the artwork on this deck. Haven't really gone through it much yet, but the artwork is great. Oh, so yeah, I haven't posted in a few months, or not a few months, it hasn't been that long, a few weeks, um, because I've been working on my room and having a new space, hence the new area. I painted my room Halloween colors. So it's purple walls, orange trim, and then a black ceiling. So we got Bone Bouquet. I am actually gonna read from the guidebook for this. So it says, be fearless, face and transcend your worries. Let even death inspire you to live fully and fearlessly and to luxuriate in the beauty surrounding you now. Which is perfect for the Halloween season. So yeah, basically don't live in fear of death and accept it and turn it into something beautiful and basically make the most of your life because of it being such a finite thing. I think the idea of the bone bouquet is to take something scary like death and make it beautiful because it is a beautiful thing. Because, I mean, if we live forever, I heard this recently, what would be like the point of even getting up if you always have tomorrow? Like, what would be the motivation to even make anything in this life? So, the biggest motivations, or one of them, is that our time is finite. So, we really should make the most of the time that we do have. So, yeah, with that, I wish you the best and happy Halloween, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Hey Leo, hope you're doing well. Happy Halloween. So I'm just gonna jump right into it. Let me know what you're dressing up as if you are dressing up or what you're planning on doing. I love to hear that kind of stuff, especially Halloween related stuff. It is my favorite season and my favorite holiday, so really into it. Obviously, it's been a few weeks since I posted anything. That's because I've been working on my room. I painted it Halloween colors, so purple wall, orange trim, and black ceiling. I gotta work on the lighting, but it is a work in progress. So you have the devil in your mind space. And then four of pumpkins or four of pentacles in your previous position, just meaning you've been conserving resources. You could have a Capricorn on your mind at this time. So as an outside influence, you have the two of pentacles. So you have been balancing two ideas, going back and forth between a decision on what you want to do. It looks like in your heart space, you're really going inwards. You could have a Scorpio in your heart space, someone near to you that is a Scorpio. And you're currently really stepping into your power of your passion. So you might really have mastered something. Maybe this is bringing some darker thoughts in your mental space, with the devil being in your mental space, because you've reached this like powerful position. So I would say just be mindful of that. Going forward, in your future energy, you have the Six of Swords, so you could be leaving some rougher waters and going into a more peaceful, stable time in the future. So you might be leaving something behind for something better. So I'm going to use the Occult Tarot for the corner positions. We're going to look at 4 different corners to this situation. So in one corner, you have your card, the Strength card, which is associated with Leo. 45 could be significant for you, or the number 9, maybe life path number 9. It says builds towers or destroys stone walls, causes rough waters, finds witches. So that's for Vine. It's like the archetype associated with this card. It's the first time using this deck, but yeah. So I would say with this being in the corner, I think this is asking you to look within and tame that mind within you before it becomes evil, like in a bad way to where it's hurting others. Obviously, you can use your shadow and use that for your benefit and the benefit of others, as long as it's not hurting others, is a big thing. So just keeping that line within under your control is going to be very important. You could have witches in your life, those who practice witchcraft, or just have a magical quality to them, or just work with nature and holistic healing. So you have the Wheel of Fortune in another corner. This says tells where treasures are hidden, reveals hidden dangers. So yeah, this could be just a call that maybe looking after healing your lion, you will begin to see dangers that were hidden before, or are hidden, or were hidden before after you kind of controlled those demons or controlled that lion within you. And then in another corner, you have the Hermit. So a lot of significant energies in your corners because it's all major arcana cards. So the Hermit has to do with withdrawing, kind of looking at things from a higher perspective, having a higher view on things. This says teaches philosophy, astrology, rhetoric, logic, palm reading, and divination and fire. It's associated with Furcus. I may have pronounced that wrong, but basically looking at different philosophies and different ways of viewing the world could be very helpful for you. Um, Especially going forward in helping you get to these calmer waters, maybe just helping you get a higher perspective and clarity on things. I really like astrology. I'm going to be doing some educational videos on some different aspects in the future, so look forward to that if you're into that. So I would say you have the potential for a new passionate beginning coming up in the future, but this is gonna require you to leave some more maybe toxic or just extreme lifestyles behind, extreme ways of living behind, in order to get that Wheel of Fortune to be in your favor in the future. But there's definitely a lot of potential for something to start that you're going to be very passionate about. Then in your mind space, it looks like I think it's really all about taming those darker voices or darker thoughts you have in your mind in order to get that positive Wheel of Fortune to be on your side. But in your physical, I would say just conserving your resources and stepping into your power is going to lead to this change that you want to see in the future. I think you're going to be happy about whatever this change is. Maybe it's just stability, more peace, inner peace, but it's something to look forward to for sure. But then in your heart space, the big focus is going inward with that moon card and the hermit, and just maybe gaining that higher perspective so that you can have this passionate start that you want to have going forward and have it be in your favor and in the favor of those around you. So yeah, that's what I have for you, Leo. I am gonna pull an oracle card for you from the Halloween Forever Oracle. I kind of forgot to include the self-care deck, which I usually do, but just remember to take care of yourself and make sure you're incorporating some kind of self-care. So we got Santa Muerte. This is the card. I'm going to use the guidebook to read from, as this is the first time I've really used this deck. So, Santa Muerte, you must change your circumstances swiftly, utterly, and decisively. Powerful magic is required. Be clear on what you want and then petition Santa Muerte for support. So yeah, I think this actually makes a lot of sense on just being really clear about what you want, especially with that King of Wands energy. I think being clear about what you want is going to be what's important for you to be able to tame that inner beast or inner lion and use it for your own benefit and the benefit of those around you. So I think being clear on what you want and acting decisively is going to be very important and help you actually manifest things that you want, and it will be able to help you be able to create powerful magic. So yeah, that's what I have for you, Leo. Happy Halloween. Let me know what you're dressing up as. Would love to hear it. Until next time, take care. Hey Sagittarius, hope you're doing well. Happy Halloween. Let me know what you're dressing up as, if you are dressing up, or what you're planning to do for the Halloween season. I love to hear that kind of stuff. It's my favorite holiday, so I'm really into it. Obviously, I've been away for a few weeks. I've been redoing my room. I did Halloween colors, purple walls, orange trim, and black ceiling. So this is going to be like my new spot. So that's why I need some time to work on myself and my channel. Plus, I've just been really busy with work. But yeah. All right, so I'm going to get right into it. So in your mind space, you could have some kind of worry, um, maybe kind of depression going on in your mind space, and it could have to do with a past relationship because you have it looking down at the Six of Cups. Um, so yeah, you got the Six of Ghosts, and then you got the character looking down at the Six of Ghosts. So you could just be really kind of sad about some connection that happened in the past. Um, you could have a lot of internal conflict going on currently with the Five of Wands in your main energy. So it looks like you have a lot of conflict. Usually with the Five of Wands, it's not huge conflict, but it's more mental conflict within yourself. And then in the future, you have the Page of Pentacles. So this is like the ultimate student. You could just be really learning about something that is going to provide stability and security going into your future. You could be stepping into a student role. And then in your heart space, you have the Four of Wands. So in your heart space, you could have some kind of cause for celebration. But I think your mental space is causing that conflict because I think in your heart you feel that there is cause for celebration. But because your mind is so fixated on this past relationship and maybe the bad sides of it, or just maybe sides where you felt like you messed up, or just overthinking, overanalyzing, this could really be causing that conflict. So I think going into the future, it's going to be important to look at things from an honest perspective and get clear about what is the truth and what is being honest. So I'm going to use the Occult Tarot to look at four corners of this situation, see if this can provide any additional insight. So you have the Page of Cups, also Stolas. 36 could be significant. This says teaches astronomy and the values of herbs and precious stones. So maybe looking to the stars and holistic healing in its various ways and means could be helpful in helping you get to a place of not so much conflict and more stability, to where you can get to this studious place in your future. Then you have the Three of Wands. which is like beginning to see your effect on the world. This says procures the love of a woman, tells of things past, present, and future, builds love between friends and enemies. So 47 could be significant. This also says wall. I think that's how you pronounce this deity's name. But it also could be just the idea of looking past the wall to see the positive effect that you could be having on the world or that you want to have on the world. So you got Nine of Wands in the other corner. So you could be really defensive or hyper vigilant. And this could be causing you to have all this internal conflict or just conflict in general. This could be leading to not much movement actually happening because of all this conflict. Sometimes the inner conflict especially can be debilitating. So it's just something to be mindful of. So anytime I see the number 35, you have the number 35 on this card, I'm just reminded of worthiness and your worthiness. So just let 35 be a reminder that you are worthy of whatever it is that you want to have, the future that you want to have, and the happiness that you want to have, that you feel you have cause for celebration for. And I think in this card, in your heart space, you know with that moon on how it looks, you know that you actually have something to celebrate, especially in your future. You know it's coming. There's just some maybe limiting beliefs or old patterns of thinking or just old patterns of behaving even that are kind of holding you back from allowing yourself to feel like you're able to celebrate. And then you have the Nine of Swords, which again is anxieties and things just keeping you up at night. This says causes great battles and wars, causes wounds to putrefy. 14 could be significant. All right, so in your mind space, I think by beginning to look at ways that you can begin to heal, you will begin to have the ability to have a good impact on the world and be able to see the progress that you've actually been having on the world. Maybe just getting to a place of a healthier mind space will allow you to actually see the impact you've had on the world and all the good that comes with that. So in your minds or in your physical reality, it's interesting when I pulled out those cards, the Six of Cups card got knocked upside down. It was originally upright. So I think just letting go of these negative beliefs you've had about this past relationship is going to help end this conflict and get you to a place to where you can begin to be that student again and approach life with a sense of things being able to happen, a sense of motivation and encouragement, and like there's a way forward. And then in your mind space, I feel like, or in your heart space, I feel like transmuting these Nine of Wands and Nine of Swords energies, these heavier energies, and transmuting it is going to help you kind of build a ladder towards the success you want to have. Um, with that cause for celebration that you have in your heart space, that Four of Wands. Um, the Nine of Wands energy, well, the Nine of Swords really, but also kind of the Nine of Wands. They're faced this way, so it has the ability to kind of create this ladder if you're able to transmute these heavier energies, which I think you'll be able to do. I think the key is realizing your worthiness and turning that into a way forward, something that can propel you forward. I think the key really is realizing how worthy you are of having the celebration that you know you're deserving of, you know that you're going to have, and allowing yourself to really just enjoy those positive feelings. And that's what's going to propel you forward as you begin to become a student again for life and just have a lust for life again. So yeah, I'm just gonna pull an oracle card for you and see any additional messages that this deck has to offer for you. This is the Halloween Forever Oracle. So this says conjure the dragon. I'm just gonna read from the Oracle guidebook. This says, conjure the dragon, conjure up your confidence. Find creative and magical ways to coax out of your brightness and boldness, even if you feel shy or unsure. Playfully shore up your courage and know that you are safe. So yeah, I feel like this is just allowing you to have the courage or finding that courage to enjoy life again and be happy in your heart space and just really have the courage to play again and have like a childlike lust for life again. I think that will be very important for you going forward in this Halloween season. So, with that being said, happy Halloween, and I will see you all in the next readings. Take care.